to the channel. I've got another great VCR tape for you today. This one was called A Day at SeaWorld of Texas. And I'm a huge fan of SeaWorld of Texas. It was the only theme park ever built from the ground up by Harcourt Brace Jovanovich. And I've already done a lot of videos on the other HBJ parks like Boardwalk and Baseball and Cypress Gardens. So it was only a matter of time before I came to one of my favorite SeaWorld parks, which is SeaWorld of Texas. A lot of people aren't aware that the original master plan for SeaWorld of Texas was a lot more elaborate than what we actually got. SeaWorld of Texas was only the first phase. HBJ had planned to build a second theme park next door called Boardwalk and Baseball, and that would have been similar to the park that actually was standing in Davenport, Florida, in addition to the Aquatica water park. So it was supposed to be a big resort area with on-site hotels and monorails and park hopping, just like Disney. And we unfortunately never got that because HBJ ran into financial hardship by 1989 and had to sell their parks to Anheuser Busch. I've done my best to clean up this video as much as I could. I've upscaled it using Topaz AI and cleaned up the colors and tried to hide the fact that originally it was sourced from a VCR tape. So I hope you enjoy my efforts.
It's the biggest and the best in the world, and it's right in the heart of the Lone Star State. It's SeaWorld of Texas in San Antonio. 250 acres combining the finest of entertainment and education for the entire family. Exciting shows, fascinating educational exhibits, and plenty of attractions for all ages in a beautifully landscaped setting. A day at SeaWorld of Texas is like none other. It's a day filled with discoveries and lasting memories. A chance to peek through a huge window to the sea, to better understand the watery frontier that covers our planet. These beautiful and sleek Pacific white-sided dolphins are called the acrobats of the sea. Their impressive, high-flying natural behaviors are thrilling to watch. Contrast their acrobatics with the grace and fluid motion of beluga whales at our White Whale and Dolphin Stadium. Each time you visit, it's like a new beginning. That's because the dolphins and the beluga whales are constantly learning. The differences between beluga whales and Pacific white-sided dolphins are easy to see, yet these cetaceans blend their talents in a unique presentation. Pacific white-sided dolphins can swim at speeds up to 25 miles an hour and leap 20 feet out of the water. SeaWorld of Texas has the world's largest oceanarium population of beluga whales. All these graceful animals are together for a good reason. By grouping the beluga whales from all 4 of the SeaWorld parks in one facility, we have increased the chances for a successful beluga whale breeding program. In August 1992, our hopes became reality with the birth of a 130-pound male beluga whale calf.
Our goal was to bring all the beluga whales together into one location here at SeaWorld of Texas because we thought that would maximize the potential for having good, successful breeding. So far, that seems to have worked out, certainly in this case. It allows us to learn many things, such as gestation for the species, growth rates, nursing behavior, all those kind of things that it would be impossible to find out in any other type setting.
And I know you share those findings with scientists all over the world.
Yes, we do. We share that information with not only SeaWorld parks, but scientists all over the world. It helps us all learn more about these magnificent animals.
But when it's showtime, you can be assured of some splashy surprises. Speaking of surprises, there are plenty of twists and turns at our Sea Lion Walrus and Otter Stadium. Clyde and Seymour, 2 wacky California sea lions, are the stars of a hilarious comedy. A lovable Pacific walrus makes a belated appearance. And O.P. Otter produces waves of laughter throughout the show. There's also a serious side to all the shenanigans. The trainers who care for SeaWorld's marine animals constantly monitor the animals' diet, behavior, and overall well-being. Many of the animals at our Sea Lion Walrus and Otter Stadium and its adjacent exhibit areas found a home here thanks to SeaWorld's Marine Animal Rescue and Rehabilitation Program.
This is our our Pinniped community pool. As you can hear, it's a noisy area. It's home to our California sea lions and our harbor seals. Many of these animals came from our California park where they were beached or stranded and successfully recovered and rehabilitated.
Now, if you found a beached sea lion, is there certain causes that you seem to see over and over again for that?
There's a number of causes. Some of them can be illness, some of them can be injury. A lot of them are real young animals that have been orphaned by their parents and are lost their way. And the animals we got here, majority of them fit in those categories. We've been lucky enough to be successful enough with these animals that they've grown to an age where they can reproduce, and they've given us some healthy offspring.
SeaWorld of Texas is actively involved with the Texas Marine Mammal Stranding Network. In 1992, our parent company, Anheuser Busch, donated $50,000 to the Stranding Network. The funds assist the network in its effort to rescue, rehabilitate, and return to the ocean marine mammals that, for some reason, have beached themselves.
In 1991, in March, we received a stranded animal. It was a pygmy sperm whale, one of the small toothed whales. The animal arrived to us in a debilitated condition. It was a young animal. It lasted 2 days, subsequently died. A full necropsy was performed on the animal, and it was found to have ingested a plastic bag. This is one of the principal causes of death that we've determined on this animal. This event indicates that man's impact on the marine environment can be profound indeed, and it's through organizations like the Stranding Network, SeaWorld, that information like this is gathered and publicized.
One of SeaWorld's goals is to educate our guests about the importance of conserving the oceans and protecting our marine mammal friends. In SeaWorld's Killer Whale presentation, you can witness the beauty and majesty of one of the ocean's most awesome animals. Also, you can learn what makes killer whales so special, the adaptations they possess that make them the top predators of the 7 seas. Yet at SeaWorld of Texas, Shamu and companion killer whales also have a gentler side.
All people have to do is see one show at SeaWorld with Shamu, and you realize that there is a special relationship between the trainers and the whales here at SeaWorld.
Well, we hope that people see that. That realization comes about because of the time that the trainers spend with the animals each and every day. We observe the animals, see what their likes and dislikes are. They have different idiosyncrasies that some people utilize the word personality with. Now, I don't know what's going on inside an animal's mind, but he's going to repeat behaviors that he enjoys doing, and obviously he's not going to repeat the ones he does not enjoy doing. So by spending time, you start using those likes and dislikes to your advantage to build that relationship, and then you just add on to that step by step until you put a behavior together. A lot of the types of behaviors that we teach here at the park, the people don't have an opportunity to see during the general public shows. We refer to them as husbandry behaviors. In cases like that, we condition or teach the animal to do a series of behaviors that assist in the health. For example, a fluke presentation. An animal is taught to simply roll over, present his tail flukes, where a small sample of blood can be collected, analyzed down to the lab, and we can determine the health of the animal.
Only a small portion of what SeaWorld trainers do each day involves animal presentations for SeaWorld guests. Our trainers watch feeding habits closely and observe how the killer whales interact with one another. They exercise the animals, play with the whales, and, all the while, learn from them. For example, we've learned a lot about breeding. Though the science of breeding killer whales is relatively new, SeaWorld is the pioneer in this facet of the marine sciences. In 1985, a killer whale gave birth to baby Shamu at SeaWorld of Florida. This was the first successful birth of a killer whale at any marine zoological facility. Just 3 years later, a killer whale at SeaWorld of Texas gave birth to a female calf, the third successful birth of a killer whale at SeaWorld parks. Since then, there have been additional births of killer whales at SeaWorld of Florida and SeaWorld of California. The information that our scientists have collected from the births of killer whales has been added to the ever-expanding body of knowledge about these magnificent marine mammals.
Actually, the name killer whale really started out to be whale killers, which was a name given to these animals by sailors and people that would see them in the oceans based upon their behavior of actually attacking and eating other killer whales. So really the name killer whale is a misnomer, and the original name based upon the action of the animal was whale killers. At SeaWorld, we certainly hope that by being able to view these animals in a zoological setting such as our SeaWorld parks throughout the country, that people will gain a better understanding and respect for these magnificent animals. The birth of grandbaby Shamu is a very significant event in the killer whale breeding program, in the fact that grandbaby Shamu is a second-generation killer whale born at SeaWorld Parks. Her mother was born at SeaWorld of Florida in 1985, and really proves to us that these animals are thriving in this type of environment.
But animals aren't the only stars at SeaWorld of Texas. High-flying humans take the stage at our 12-acre water ski lake. SeaWorld skiers enthrall you with their amazing stunts and agility on skis. At our spacious water ski stadium, you can see some of the best skiing in the country by championship skiers. Performing in the shows provides our skiers with excellent training for ski competitions. It also offers them a chance to demonstrate the fun of skiing and the importance of safety.
Part of the tradition of SeaWorld Ski Show is a chance for people to ask questions. Do you have to tell people there's a lot to these stunts and not everybody can just go out on their lake and do them right away?
Yeah, a lot of people are real interested in going out and finding out where they can jump and do a lot of the barefooting, the stuff that we do, but we make sure to impress upon them that it's real important that you use the best of equipment and that you're taught properly, because without the right instruction, everything that we do out here could be very dangerous.
After all that excitement, you can slow down the pace with a stroll down the Texas Walk, where you can meet some of the Lone Star State's heroes. SeaWorld commissioned 6 Texas artists to create 18 life-size bronze sculptures, 16 of them on the Texas Walk. Many of the honorees on the Texas Walk made their mark on the nation, and the world for that matter, like Presidents Eisenhower and Johnson, the late astronaut Ed White, and the First Lady of Sports, Babe Didrikson Zaharias. They're not native Texans, they're not even from this part of the world, but the 200 birds residing in the Penguins exhibit at SeaWorld of Texas are right at home. Pete and Penny Penguin and all their tuxedo-clad friends have got all the comforts of the sub-Antarctic. 30,000 pounds of snow a day, icy winds, frigid seawater. They're much more graceful in the water than on land. Their antics are comical and delightful, but the penguin exhibit is really a living laboratory. In 1991, we celebrated our first penguin hatching at SeaWorld of Texas. Because the adult birds were first-time parents, our aviculturist chose to hand-raise the chick.
To find this environment in South Texas, you know you have to be at SeaWorld, and I know, Dudley, you were at this exhibit when it first opened. What kind of goals did you have in mind at the time for you and your staff, and have you been able to meet those?
Yeah, well, we had 3 goals in mind when we first opened the exhibit, one of which was to provide the best possible environment, and I believe we've done that with the birds. Number 2 is to provide the best possible care, and we're always improving our husbandry techniques in that vein. And then number 3 was to get reproduction from the birds. And in 1991, we did get our first king penguin chick.
And that was one you had to raise by hand, right?
That's correct. We had to hand raise that bird because the parents were naive. And then most recently, we've had 10 king penguins born, all of which were parent raised. And then we added another species, the Gentoo, to those that have reproduced inside the exhibit.
The learning hall next to the penguin habitat gives you a glimpse of the pristine Antarctic Peninsula and tells you a lot about the rockhopper, Gentoo, chinstrap, and king penguins that call SeaWorld of Texas their home. Northern Hemisphere birds such as puffins, both tufted and common, graceful eiders, and common murres live in the Alcids exhibit. Quite the opposite of the penguins' environment is the Sharks and Coral Reef exhibit. Thousands of brightly colored fish dart in and out of the intricate coral formations. Wave action creates the gentle current of tropical seas. Denizens of the deep lurk nearby in a special exhibit, one of the largest of its kind in the world. The shark habitat is dumbbell-shaped to accommodate the swimming patterns of these intriguing animals. It's also the only aquarium in the continental United States that features hammerhead sharks.
I've noticed one of the first things people notice at the shark exhibit are the hammerheads. You can see them pointing at the way they look. Is there more to a hammerhead than just that look that you see?
Oh yes, over the millions of years the hammerheads have evolved that unusual shape, and scientists right now think there were 2 reasons for that. One is hydrodynamics, meaning they can swim through the water with greater ease,
right.
And the second is because they can fit more sensory organs on that broad bill-shaped head of theirs. Since they have more sensory organs, they have a better chance of locating their prey.
I know a lot of this information you had to learn firsthand right here because SeaWorld of Texas is one of the first places to have hammerheads in, I guess, an aquarium setting, you would call it.
Yeah, that's true. We were one of the first aquariums in the world to have these hammerheads, and because of that fact, there was nobody to call, nobody to talk to when we needed information. It was kind of like walking on the moon for the first time.
At the Marine Mammal Pool, you can have the experience of a lifetime. Playful and curious Atlantic bottlenose dolphins swim up to the edge to receive tasty fish or a gentle touch. At the seal and sea lion community, you can feed sea lions and harbor seals and observe how these two marine mammals live and interact. Not far away, you can marvel at the magnificent Anheuser Busch Clydesdales. These gentle giants have been symbols of Anheuser-Busch quality for almost 60 years. SeaWorld of Texas is proud to be one of the 10 Anheuser-Busch theme parks stretching from coast to coast. You're invited to observe the meticulous care the Anheuser-Busch Clydesdales receive. There's nothing more impressive or awe-inspiring than the famed Clydesdale 8-horse hitch parading through the park. And of course, everything proceeds under the watchful eye of a perky Dalmatian. At SeaWorld of Texas, you're almost guaranteed to get wet. Whether it's at Shamu Stadium, the Rio Loco, the Texas Splashdown, or our water adventure area, SeaWorld's water attractions provide fun for everyone. For children, Shamu's Happy Harbor is a tropical wonderland. Little ones can exercise their bodies and imaginations through a variety of climbing elements, slides, and crawls. Virgil's Waterworks is a wacky maze of tubes, spouts, and water jets, providing kids with a giggling good time. For the older kids and adults, SeaWorld's water rides, wave pool, and water slides combine thrills with refreshment. SeaWorld of Texas offers outstanding family entertainment day and night. During the summer, the night skies light up with a laser and fireworks spectacular. Special night presentations of SeaWorld's daytime shows bring added enjoyment to a full day of exploring the park. SeaWorld of Texas is a place to learn about the wonders of marine life. It's a place where families can have fun together. It's a place where the excitement never ends. A day at SeaWorld is like none other. A day of memories to treasure again and again and again.